I've just been thinking, a man has nothing to offer you.
The younger men only, that's all I want.
My grandma told me, why would you...
He'll never say, I really admire.
These videos present a blunt and often uncomfortable discussion about what some older women believe men now contribute to their lives. Several creators argue that women no longer need relationships for financial survival, security, or social status because they can build independent lives through education, careers, businesses, and personal freedom. Others speak openly about keeping men only for casual companionship or physical intimacy, while rejecting emotional dependence and traditional commitment. At the same time, one creator offers a contrasting perspective by explaining how appreciation, respect, and emotional recognition can encourage men to contribute more positively within relationships. Together, these clips reveal a growing divide between those who view relationships as unnecessary or transactional and those who believe men and women still need mutual admiration, effort, and emotional value.
Because a lot of them, it's bad. A lot of them, it's bad.
To really yearn for women. You used to get in a fight with a man and he would be outside your house with a boombox in the rain, singing his heart out, begging for you back as a real man would. Now you get in a fight with a man, he's texting you, I bet. Now he's matching your energy like he's a girl. And you know why? These men dog walk you in relationships and they know they can spin the block whenever because they know your program is far from strict. They could up and then text you, what are you doing? And you're going to fold. You're going to text them back and you think you're doing something by waiting a few hours or a day to respond to their message, but you're still responding. You're still taking them back after they treat you like...
Nobody is going to stand in your yard with a boombox, singing. You women would call him desperate.
The guy that you want to come up to you is not going to come up to you when you're out and about with the girls. He's not. It's always those weird, ego-driven men that come up to you, and the second...
Are you in a dark bathroom? What's wrong with your upper lip?
You reject them, they will spit some nasty comment, and it is comical. I always say, like, don't go out for the boys. You go out for the girls, because the guy you want, the guy you might want to see at the bar, he's not going to be there. And even if he is there, most likely he's not going to come up to you because he wants to be polite. He doesn't want to interrupt your dinner. Maybe he's shy, like, you know, he's afraid of being rejected. But these little guys, and I'm saying little not necessarily in size, but little in their brain, will come up and they will be so persistent. The second you say no, they show their true colors.
Men won't approach under those circumstances because they know the designated fridge will slide in out of nowhere to protect the snacks.
Or within a relationship.
It seems impossible to look for love nowadays, and ain't nobody marrying for love. Ain't no more Cinderella stories. I mean, I'm just looking for somebody I can connect with, have fun with, companionship. You know, somebody have my back. You know, I had a back, scratch my back. That's why we talking about backs. You know, stuff like that though. But yeah.
And eventually it'll fall into a fairy tale, hopefully.
If that's what we call fairy tale nowadays, look, give me that. Yeah.
They stopped making pennies because it costs more to produce a penny than they are actually worth. To avoid digital currencies, refuse to use them. Only use cash. Stop using your debit card.
I've just been thinking how amazing my life has become the last 4 years. Because I finally am not thinking about a man, like, at all. I don't cater my life to a man. And I only allow individuals that are respectful and kind. And I ignore and completely cut off the toxic individuals. Men, in a lot of ways, are very toxic to a woman's life. They emotionally manipulate you, they waste your time, and they play with your emotions. When you look back on your life, ladies, I promise you a lot of that time you spend with men, you're going to realize you wish you hadn't. You're going to wish you put that into playing the violin, starting a business, becoming an artist, getting your own place so that you can be the boss of your own life, having your own finances, your own car, get your own stuff. The days of finding a provider man are over. This isn't the 1950s. That way, a man has nothing to offer you except for one thing, real love. And that's going to be hard to find, but in the future, it's up to us women to find only higher conscious individuals to mate with. And right now, a lot of you are still blind to the manipulation games, are still getting your time wasted, are still cooking and cleaning for these men who give you nothing in return, who show you fake love while they're looking around like the wild animals and lower conscious humans they still are. We are reaching a point where the men need to step up their game because we're growing and expanding. Everybody is growing rapidly right now. And women are not tolerating any form of disrespect, rudeness, cruelty, aggressiveness, or time wasting from a man. And a lot of women will choose to be single because we have many ways to fill our time with company, with our business, with real people who love us. We don't feel so empty.
I still approach women in public. The problem is after I get their number, I don't contact them because I think about all the shit they come with. I literally got about 5 numbers since February and haven't called one of them. I'd rather enjoy my peace. The juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Wait, say that again?
Some men don't actually love you. They just manage your presence. Like they give you just enough so you don't walk away, but never enough to feel secure. It's just enough attention, just enough effort to keep you there, but not enough to ever feel fulfilled. And over time, you start thinking that's just how relationships work. But that's not love. It just works for him.
If women are no longer loving, caring, nurturing, cooking, cleaning, or supporting the household anymore, then why does it matter to men whether or not they have women in their lives? What have men lost? There's nothing to lose.
The younger men only want to hit it. They will keep you secret and hide you away. It's nothing to be excited about. This is actually perfect because that's what I'm saying I want in the video. I only want them to hit it. Now, if you're talking about keep you a secret and hide you away, are you talking about like public stuff? Because like, I mean, I could be into that. And the good news is, here's the other great thing about dating young guys. They're into that stuff also. I'm actually really excited about that because, you know, I like vanilla cupcakes, but that's about it. Miss K, what? I actually don't see any negative. You're actually getting me even more excited about the prospect of dating young guys. All they want to do is hit it. Perfect. That's all I want. What else do I need them for? They're going to keep you a secret and hide you away. I'm hiding them away too. I'm not being seen in public with them. Not that I wouldn't want to, but I don't need to because then that creates accountability, right? Because I'm going to see someone I know. I live in a pretty small town. People are going to ask about it. Look, the only thing I might want to do with public is, and that can get you arrested. So I probably won't. I do know a couple of good lawyers. I don't know. I don't see any negative in this, Miss K. Can you help me out here?
Because we men want women who prove they can work and be worth our time. Because we have higher priorities than what women think we have.
My grandma told me that if given the opportunity, a man will take everything from you. They come into your life to take. They will take your time, energy, resources, health, mental health, your wound, your body, your beauty, your radiance, your personality, your thoughts, every single thing. She said, women now don't have to deal with and put up with the things that they had to deal with and put up with in the past because we have been given the opportunity to be educated and have our own. She used to say, why would you tie yourself to a man when you don't have to? We had to do that in order to survive. Y'all don't have to do that. There's no reason for you to be tying your survival and your life to a man when you don't have to. Go get your education because these men, a lot of them aren't worth the ground that they crawled out of. And they don't do nothing but come into your life to take.
I once asked a woman what she brought to the table. She said, I'm genuine.
Older women know how to treat a man. It's my observation. There, I said it. Guys, it gets better, and it really, really does. Young, cocky girls have zero clue. They think only of themselves, and they believe their beauty will last forever. And it's all vanity. We talked about that scripture, that charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that reveres the Lord will be praised. Older women walk much more humbly. You'll feel it in their kiss, their hug, their texts, see it in their eyes. Your hard work and effort will be appreciated. You'll be respected. Imagine that. They are 100 times more grounded than younger women. There's a warmth that you get from them that you'll never get from a younger woman. Now you know, gentlemen, what you have to do.
I proceeded to tell her that's literally the most meaningless response possible. Needless to say, she brought nothing to the table.
All men want just 2 things. Not 30, not 50, just 2. Girls, remember these and you'll make your man happy beyond measure. The first, be his peace, not his stress. He's already at war with the world every single day. Work, pressure, competition, responsibility. The last thing he wants is to come home and start a new war with you. He doesn't need more drama. He needs a woman where he can take his armor off, where he can just be himself, where he doesn't have to pretend to be strong every single second. You have no idea how much it means to a man to fall asleep next to someone who gives him warmth and silence. The second, respect. For a man, this matters 1,000 times more than the words, I love you. Respect is believing in his decisions. It's standing beside him when everything falls apart, not against him. It's not blind obedience, it's trust. He is your choice, and you're with him all the way. A man doesn't ask for much. He doesn't need miracles or the impossible. He needs 2 things, peace when he's with you and respect in your eyes. And when he has those, he will give you everything, his strength, his loyalty, his whole heart.
The scorpion is the woman, and the fox is the man. A scorpion was walking along the bank of a river, wondering how to get to the other side. Suddenly, he saw a fox. He asked the fox to take him on its back across the river. The fox said, no, if I do that, you'll sting me, and I'll drown. The scorpion assured him, if I did that, we'd both drown. So the fox thought about it and finally agreed. So the scorpion climbed up on his back, and the fox began to swim. But halfway across the river, the scorpion stung him. As the poison filled his veins, the fox turned to the scorpion and said, why did you do that? Now you'll drown too. I couldn't help it, said the scorpion. It's my nature.
He'll never say this out loud, but this is the praise that changes everything. Most women praise the results, thanks for fixing the thing, or good job. But the most powerful phrase, it's not about what he did. It's about how you saw him doing it. It's about his effort, his character, and his intention. Psychology calls this process praise, and it's the kind that motivates long-term behavior. Try, you were so calm and steady through all that. I really admire your strength. That tells him you see who he is and not just what he does. And when a man feels that kind of praise, he shows up even stronger. If you want the exact words that make him feel admired, respected, and ready to step up again and again, comment support and I'll send you the guide.
I totally agree with the guy who is content with being single and fearful of deciding to get into a relationship and have it ruin his peace and or make him lose who he is. I know from experience. Before my last relationship, I was really finding myself, dated her for 3 years, we broke up, and I don't feel like the same person coming out of it as I did go into it. Practically feel like it ruined me. I talk to people. Most of the people I talk to reciprocate or at least come up and say something. IDK how many times I've gone up to a girl and said hi, and they look at me blankly. Most of the time, I don't even want to get with them. It's mostly just so things won't be awkward, and I can make a friend at work. But they always catch the ball and never throw it back. Pass them every day and not even a hello. Zip. Nada. So annoying, so I gave up, and whenever they ask for something, I just keep it short and look at them like they're stupid. Overall, the content reflects changing attitudes toward relationships, independence, and the role men play in women's lives. Some women describe men as emotionally draining, manipulative, or useful only for limited purposes, while others argue that modern women no longer need a partner to survive or succeed. However, the final perspective suggests that healthy relationships may depend less on traditional roles and more on respect, encouragement, and recognizing each other's character and effort. These contrasting views show how modern dating conversations have become increasingly polarized, with some people rejecting commitment entirely while others continue to believe that strong relationships are possible when both partners bring genuine care, accountability, and value. You're watching Modern Dating Logic, where we keep it real, not emotional. If you see the pattern, you already know what to do.